students lose 2 to 3 marks in their 6-mark questions, and not because they don't know English but because they write it wrong. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about like how to write the perfect format for 6-marker questions, most repeated competency-based PYQs, and how toppers structure answers and to get full marks, right? So let's dig into it. So in this video, we are talking about English. In English, how we can write the 6-marker questions like an expert, right? So important 6-marker questions for class 10th board exams and important 6-marker like it was repeated here. Okay, so first and the first most important thing is the basic rules. So basic rules is very simple. In paragraph 1 you write about the first part of the so basically it should be in 3 paragraphs. In first paragraph you have to write the basic thing like the first part, in second explain the second part, and in third explain the combined thing, conclusion. Okay, conclusion. Now use only past tense, please use only past tense, and there are exceptions also, I will tell you later. And then whatever the question says, do not mention about the theoretical do not forget to mention about theoretical part of the chapter, and try to include that. Whatever the question asks, please try to include the theoretical part of the chapter also, because it's a 6-marker questions and the word limit is 120, so you have to, you know, write up something about the text also. Okay, now so first part is comparison based questions. Now let's see what the rules for the comparison based questions. So in these type of questions we have two chapters, and according to which we have to make a comparison. So in the first paragraph what we do is we write the summary of the first chapter, in the second we write the summary of the second chapter, in the third we write the conclusion and the combined, or you know, like contrasting या फिर similar themes or moral values of those chapter. So it's according to the question, what question is asking, right, about. And the third paragraph should be of course philosophical. The third paragraph should not be theoretical, you have to write it philosophy, right? And in the first second theory. For example, यहाँ पे question in the chapter A Baker in Goa, and the narrator talks about his childhood in Goa and his fond memories. Write a presentation draft comparing the childhood of the narrator in this and Nelson Mandela. Okay, so you first in the paragraph you will talk about the childhood of the baker from the Goa, like childhood memories remind us the days gone by, often filled innocence, taking our pleasure watching bakers deliver bread, savory delicious treats, celebrating village traditions. Okay, and in Long Walk to Freedom, it's written that in contrast, Nelson Mandela childhood is described in the Long Walk Freedom. Basically, it's not in the format, but at the last of the video, I will show you the answer sheet of topper. So in that thing, it's in the format, so you will get the idea how to write the questions like that. It's basically the a body. So body should be like this. Okay, and in at last, what it is written: while Nelson Mandela childhood were learning resilience and preparing for a challenging future, the nature of the Goa experience, the charm and leisurely of cultural rich. Basically, in Goa the chapter में, the narrator was very he spent his childhood very lovingly, very joyfully. But Nelson Mandela on the other hand suffered. He suffered, his meaning of freedom changed. ठीक है, so you have to explain that. Now, second question, you have been asked to present an evaluation of the approaches of both baby seagull and the pilot who was lost in the clouds towards achieving their dream for conquering the sky. Write this presentation draft including your insights comparing and approaches of both. So you have to write approaches of both, compare, you have to compare also, and insights also you have to write. Now, okay, the baby seagull from two stories about flying was initially paralyzed by fear. Okay, paralyzed by fear, or you can say he was dumbstruck. Okay, now hunger and encouragement from his family ultimately pushed him to take a leap of faith. Of course, to take a leap of faith because he was maddened by hunger that he took a leap. He jumped off the sledge, right? Ledge. Now, and Black Aeroplane relied on the calm determination and mysterious guidance to navigate through the storm clouds, right? Okay, so basically you have to write what difficulty, like the Black Aeroplane faced, like the pilot of Black Aeroplane faced, and at last you have to write the comparison. What comparison did you make? While Seagull's journey highlights the need for courage or trust, pilot's experience analyzes the importance of resourcefulness and unseen support. So unseen support is very important. Now, one more thing, you have to highlight the important keywords also, so do not forget to highlight the important keywords also, right? So now the idea of beauty is one of the dimensional cultural concepts of created by human beings themselves. Comment on the reference to the So we have to write about the N.A. Gregory only. That the conventional ideas basically you have to write comparison. You have to compare in inner beauty and outward beauty. And just this line is very important. The poem conveys last line a powerful message. Beauty is not skin deep, and individuals should value inner virtues over superficial attractiveness, rejecting society's narrow definitions of beauty. Or you can also write that real beauty lies within ourselves only, ठीक है, and only God can love us for our inner beauty. Okay, and on the other hand, the you know the men or the people are swayed away by the glitter of our outer beauty, so they are swayed away. ठीक है, बट इनर ब्यूटी के लिए कौन आपको लाइक हु विल लव फॉर योर इनर ब्यूटी? गॉड. Okay, comment on the Anne Frank and Wally journey from innocence to self-awareness. Now, in this particular question, you will first talk about Anne Frank, okay? Then you will talk about Wally, a little summary, and on the and comparison, you have to say that how they have become self-aware. In the case of Wali, she had resisted so much. She is very resilient. काफी सारी चीजें resist की थी उसने, right? And she didn't even join the fair also, right? कि नहीं वो बस में थी, fair में भी नहीं गई थी वो. Anne Frank on the other hand, she also matures. Why? Because of the World War One, I guess. Because of the World War One, Anne Frank on the journey, ठीक है, the evolves playful girl, thoughtful individual living amidst war. She reflects a human nature, injustice, aspiration. So yeah, that way. So last line, both characters shed the native, gaining maturity and wisdom through their experiences, illustrating the universal theme of growth through challenges. Okay. Next question. The poet in the poem, it's the same question. It's the same question. Now, again, it's the same question. So we have done question on Annie Gregory 3, and Annie Gregory is one of the most important chapter. मुझे लगता है कि आपके बोर्ड्स में Annie Gregory में से तो पक्का एक ना एक क्वेश्चन तो आएगा ही आएगा, because Annie Gregory का बहुत सारे questions है. Okay, what are the similarities between Anne Frank and Wally? Again, it's the same question. So you have to first write about the Anne. You first write about the Wally, then Anne Frank, and then compare the qualities, similarities. They both are very resourceful. They both are independent. ठीक है? They both are very talkative, right? They both are very inquisitive. Okay, curious, right? So यहाँ पे इन्होंने क्या लिखा? Resilience. Okay, ability to find joy and meaning despite circumstances. Fine. Now, this is a very good question. How did the lady in red manage to outsmart and outmaneuver the other thief, Horace Danby, by robbing the safe without leaving a single fingerprint? Okay, how to write these questions? Okay, in first paragraph you will explain the first part of the story, that Horace Danby, a seasonal burglar, ठीक है, went over the Shotover Grange वगैरह वगैरह. And in the second paragraph you will explain about the encounter of red lady, कि red lady आ गई वहां पे, फिर क्या हुआ. And in the third paragraph you will explain that with her charming demeanor and with her charming and convincing demeanor, she was able to outsmart Horace Danby. ठीक है, एंड लिख देना कि Horace Danby's innocence or Horace Danby lack of, or you can say he was misleaded, or his gullibility leads to his downfall. Okay, Hari Singh says he knew it, neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. Anil successfully addressed the situation by not addressing it at all. Elaborate based on your reading of the thief story. So in this question what you need to do is, first, in the first paragraph, explain the meaning. ठीक है, Anil displayed remarkable maturity and understanding when he realized Hari Singh had stolen money but returned it. Instead of confronting Hari, he chose to act as if nothing had happened. This indirect approach helped Hari feel remorseful and gave him a chance to reform. Anil's silent trust acted as a catalyst for Hari's transformation. So basically, you first explain the first meaning of this sentence and why this happened, the question wala sentence. In the second, explain the story कि story में ये क्या होता है, and in the third, conclude. So इसे यहाँ पे conclude करा है यहाँ पे कि teaching him value, honesty and all by not addressing the issue directly. Anil subtly conveyed his belief. So you have to write this, all conclusion and all of these things in the third paragraph. So in such questions, and of course, the quantity of the paragraphs can be changed. Like in this, the third paragraph is very big. Okay, it can be, but the word limit should not exceed. Okay. Now we have the most important part, which is dialogue writing. So the second type of question which is asked in the paper is dialogue writing questions. One question is okay. So basically, what are the some important things to write a dialogue? Dekho, the basic important thing is first that you 6 mark questions are of 6 marks, right? So out of these, 3 marks is of a basic conversation, right? Like hi, hello, oh really, okay, how are you, okay, bye, good night, have a great day. So these all comes under the 3 marks, and other 3 marks is for the story. What story you are talking about, what thing you are talking about, and the very 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 important is that this story should be related to the chapter and the question. Okay, chapter and the question. And the most important thing, देखो, you can read all these things, ये तो सबको पता ही होगा, but still you can read all these things. And yeah, make it like conversation. So I will read a conversation. I have a question board ka. Okay, Amanda from the poem Amanda is a teenager like Anne Frank and lives in her fantasy world, whereas Anne is a chatterbox. What conversation will Anne Frank have with Amanda about different perspective of life? So see, you know the Amanda story, you know the Anne Frank story. Which story you know the better? I think Amanda one, right? So you can write about the Amanda, like they are discussing about Amanda only. Amanda is saying that my mother is this and this, and Anne Frank is saying that you are very lucky and all. Okay, so Anne Frank mighty say Amanda, your imagination is beautiful, but don't you get lost in it? Life, even with its challenges, has so much to offer if you engage with the world. I turn my chatter into stories to cope up with my situation and express myself. Amanda might reply, Annie, I admire your courage, but my fantasies are my escape from my constant nagging and control. It's where I find peace. Annie could respond, I understand, but expressing your feelings can bring clarity and strength. Facing life, even when hard, helps us grow. Through this discount conversation, Amanda might learn to balance her fantasy. Okay, this is very important. After writing the conversation, just write a moral. Just write a moral. I will show you the answer sheet of a topper. उन्होंने भी काफी लास्ट में moral लिखा हुआ है. So just write a moral कि इससे एने फ्रैंक को क्या फायदा हुआ, या फिर इससे अमेंडा को क्या फायदा हुआ, ठीक है, फिर इससे दोनों को क्या फायदा हुआ. So you have to write this. This is a perfect, like this is called बिल्कुल expert का लिखा हुआ. ठीक है. If you want to score full marks, then you have to follow this. Then you have to be creative, because English is all about creativity. Okay. Now, so I have two questions for you in homework. First is write a dialogue where is Natalia and Lumov from the proposal meet Bholi's parents. See, Lumov and Natalia meets Bholi parents. Natalia and Lumov share their experience about for arguing over petty things. Yeah, they were very quarrelsome. And while discussing about truly matters in marriage. So what truly matters in marriage? Marriage में क्या truly matter करता है? Love matter करता है, ठीक है? But people ने क्या कर रखा है? बिल्कुल इसे social agreement बना रखा है. Economy, they are only interested about dowry, economy, money, wealth. They see the background, but they forget the love, which is the main foundation of the marriage, right? So you have to talk about that. Now, write a dialogue about Anne Frank and Kisa Gautami. They're discussing how they found hope and wisdom during their darkest times. Anne is hiding during the war and Kisa after losing her son. Both share lessons about sufferings and resilience. Okay, so this is a very, very, very good question. Very good question. इसमें you have to write all about the मतलब Kisa Gautami and Anne Frank. I think again we all are comfortable with Kisa Gautami, so we will take the Kisa Gautami ka story as the main objective. And here what is going to be done is कि here Anne Frank will let's make Anne Frank Buddha. So Anne Frank will guide Kisa Gautami about this, and Kisa Gautami also share experiences. So you can write about this also. Now the most important character sketch questions. Now character sketch questions are also very important because ये questions ना काफी सारे मुश्किल लगते हैं बच्चों को, but it's a very easy. हमने क्लास 9 में किया था descriptive paragraph writing, बस वही है, हल्का सा story add करना है, ठीक है. So let's see the basic rule. Basic rule is very easy. Structure, introduction, traits, transformation, conclusion. Yeah, so first you need to know about the trait. Okay, for example, my character is Anne Frank. So Anne Frank is very talkative, very resourceful, independent, curious, inquisitive, ठीक है. और if my character is वो क्या बोलूँ मैं, if my character is Horace Danby, so Horace Danby is very a skilled burglar, seasoned burglar, right? Hobby क्या है? Collecting rare and expensive books. So you can write about that. Then you transformation, that how the character evolves. For example, Matilda. Matilda at starting she was very dissatisfied woman, but at the end of the story she learned her lesson. So you have to explain the graph. You have to explain that fluctuation. Okay, and at the end just write the conclusion. From this we learn, या फिर we learn मत लिखना, like from this the she managed to do this and this and this and this and she learned her lesson, that blah 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 blah. ये लिखना है, ठीक है? Cover personality traits and for character arc emphasize the change from beginning to end with significance or final impression. So final impression क्या बना है? For significance. Okay, now question देखते हैं. There are two questions only. Oh, there are three questions of this type. Okay, fine. A character arc is transformation of or development of a character throughout a story. ठीक है? Okay, in the light of the above information, trace the character of Matilda. Okay, Matilda in okay, ठीक है, the necklace, 120 words. Okay, so let me read the first one for you all. Matilda begins as a discontented woman or dissatisfied woman, envious of wealth and glamour. Her vanity and longing for a luxurious life overshadow her reality as the wife of a modest clerk. Modest clerk means like middle clerk. When she loses the borrowed necklace, her life takes a drastic turn. Okay, again the most important thing, the paragraphs. In first paragraph tell about the trait and all whatever. In the second paragraph talk about the change which is taking place, graph, and in the third conclusion. Okay, so this grueling experience teaches her humility and the value of contentment. In the end, Matilda emerges as a completely changed person, marked by maturity, wisdom, only to learn the necklace was fake. Her journey from vanity to acceptance highlights the profound impact of life struggles on personal growth. Okay, now a character arc, again in the light of Bholi. Okay, again Bholi is a very famous. Starting में you have to write about all the disqualities Bholi had. For example, pock marks on her face, stammering, neither intelligent nor beautiful. Her parents were very, worried about her, that who will marry this girl. And second, her teacher supported her role of a mentor. And then talk about in the second paragraph about like education. She embraced education. The sentence that her teacher said, that you can try, if you try you can speak better. And then explain that she became educated and rejected the marriage proposal of, refused to marry Bhishambar Nath, which shows a uh, great courage. ठीक है? And in the third you will explain that from a simpleton girl, Bholi, she became Sulekha, independent Sulekha. Okay. Now it's a very good question. In the trace the character sketch of Griffin. Again, Griffin is very easy. Griffin basically क्या है कि very good scientist and very मतलब but a erratic person, lawless person, used his science for he misused his scientific knowledge. So gifted, ठीक है, selfish, lack of empathy, misuses. ठीक है, Griffin is cautionary tale of how brilliance without ethics can lead to one's downfall. Okay, now we have part 4, diary entry. Diary entry questions are again very easy, very easy, very easy. Diary questions are very easy, but you have to write the format. ठीक है, see, if you don't know the format, you can do one thing, just start from dear diary. But if you know the format, rough format, so just write so that आप ना half mark भी ना खो. This is called expert. आपको 6 मार्क्स तभी मिलेंगे जब वो 6 मार्क के लायक होगा. ओके, सो बेसिक रूल्स क्या है? देयर शुड बी 3 पैराग्राफ्स. अगेन मैं स्टार्टिंग से बोल रहा हूँ 3 पैराग्राफ्स तो होने ही चाहिए. मेरे आंसर्स नहीं था बिकॉज वो आंसर्स मैंने लिखे नहीं है, वो क्वेश्चंस के साथ आंसर आए थे. ठीक है, बट मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कैसे लिखना है. ओके, फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड पैराग्राफ में यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट लाइक summary as if you are, for example they are saying that they are saying that imagine you are a fowler and you are very disappointed, sorry, and basically share your experience with Audible. So I wrote that I am fowler. Okay, so I will write, okay, I was very excited that I'm going to meet a spy, but when I saw Audible, I was dumbstruck, I was bewildered that he didn't look like the one I had read about. Like, he was very fat, very amy, and spoke with a very good American English accent, and very short. ठीक है, and then so I was very dissatisfied. There was no air of mystery around Audible. ठीक है, but later the incident happened, the main incident happened. कौन सा incident बता देना कौन सा था? And this I was very satisfied. I'm very happy. I was very shocked, and I can say that true like looking heroic doesn't mean that you are heroic. It doesn't mean that heroism lies in you. Heroism lies in you. Okay, so you can write about that. So ऐसे लिखना होता है, ठीक है, a rough format. Okay, थर्ड पैराग्राफ में you have to write your share experience, you have to write your वो कि इनिशिएटिव्स क्या फ्यूचर में क्या करोगे. आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो कि आई हैव लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस डे, आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स, आई प्रॉमिस I will do this activity daily. I learned this lesson. Okay, you can express your feeling. I am feeling very agitated, I am angry in प्रेजेंट टेंस, बाकी सब पास्ट टेंस. थर्ड पैराग्राफ में फ्यूचर टेंस, आई विल डू दिस, है ना. ओके नाउ अच्छा स्टार्ट कैसे करते हैं डायरी एंट्री. स्टार्ट करने के लिए यू कैन स्टार्ट, आई हैड अ टेरिबल डे, टुडे वाज द डे आई लाइक या like life is so unpredictable, today is the best day of my life, the joy of life don't last forever. So you can start like this. So here's the basic format. First you have to write the day and date, इसके नीचे टाइम, फिर एक लाइन छोड़ के डियर डायरी, फिर उसके बाद बॉडी, देन एक लाइन छोड़ के अपना नेम एंड अगर आपके पास कोई मैसेज आप वो भी लिख सकते हो. So, ज्यादातर लोग गुड नाइट लिखते हैं, बट आप जो चाहे लिख सकते हो. बाय हाय नहीं, गुड नाइट ही लिख देना, ना मत लिखना, नेम लिखना बस. Here's the question. So question says, imagine Hari Singh from The Thief Story by Ruskin Bond writes a diary entry exploring the theme of human values and relations that are essential in life and can transform a person in context of his own experience. Write a diary entry as Hari Singh. So you have to write the diary entry about Hari Singh. Let's read this and you will understand. Today I reflected on the values that truly matter in life. Living with Anil taught me the importance of trust, kindness and human relationships. For the first time, someone trusted me without judgment. When I betrayed the trust by stealing from him, his silent forgiveness made me realize that the value of honesty. Anil's belief in me transformed my perspective, showing me that change is possible. Life isn't just about material gains; it's about forming meaningful connections. I have decided to embrace these values and live Anil's belief and live with integrity. ठीक है, Anil's compassion proved that human values can inspire even a thief like me to turn over a new leaf. Good night, Hari Singh. So you have to write like this, but you can add more to it because since it's a 120 words का answer, so you have to add थोड़ा सा context about the chapter also. ठीक है, so add तो second paragraph में थोड़ा सा ना, second या first paragraph में थोड़ा सा chapter के बारे में डाल देना to score full. Second question, imagine the Griffin conscience pricks him. Conscience pricks him मतलब क्या होता है कि he felt guilty. Oh shit, मैंने कुछ गलत कर दिया, मैं जितना भी किया मैंने गलत किया, उसे एहसास हो गया. He felt guilty. Okay, and describes the right. Okay, now today I feel weight of my actions like never before. Science, a tool I meant for progress, and became a weapon in my hand. My experiments with invisibility, once a marvel, led to destruction and fear. I misused the gift of discovery, prioritizing personal gain over social good. By engaging life, I now understand that true greatness lies in using science wisely with compassion and integrity. Okay, good night, Griffin. So you have to write like this. And this question is of homework. Imagine Bholi writes a diary entry exploring themes of girl, child, and impact of education. It's a very easy. I have written over this, but if you okay, so basically try this question. Try this question. Okay, so now we have topper's answer sheet. Wait, now we have topper's answer sheet. Amanda is Amanda. So basically in this में उसमें basically क्या था कि question was कि compare Amanda and Anne Frank. ठीक है. So the question was this. So देखो क्या किया पहले तो there are 3 paragraph. Okay. Now there are 3 paragraph. First thing, second thing, highlighted the important points. ठीक है. You can read this. Highlighted the important. This is dotting parents, escapist gratitude. I don't know what is written. Okay, nags at her imaginary world, care, sees less. ठीक है, फिर tranquility. Now allure of unfamiliar, infinite possibilities. Okay, mental liberation. Okay, physical freedom and okay in whatever it is written at the right, I cannot understand the handwriting, but whatever it is, the answer is very good. Okay, at last you can see the quote, life without liberty is like a body without spirit. It's one of the quotes of your book only, right? So life without liberty is like a body without spirit. That's how you score 6 on 6. That's how you score 6 on 6. Okay. So thank you guys for this video. And if you want a PDF of most expected 6 mark questions, then comment down 6 marks below and subscribe, because next video is on writing section of English. And please do comment what type of video you want, and please like and share, because the video is so helpful that it will help the students to not to lose marks unnecessarily in English. Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel and support me, and comment if you have any doubt.